Including numerous stand-up performances for the troops in Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait, and Uzbekistan, places that many other entertainers were too scared to go.
Oh, she loves America. Look at her. She loves America so much that she did a mock bloody beheading of the president, sending out a message of complete disunity and emboldening crazy people to go and try to assassinate the fucking president of the United States. That's how pro-American Kathy Griffin suddenly is. And all these dumb, fake, fucking elitist liberals who only care about themselves and their fucking mansions.
She is also the proud daughter of a vet. During the campaign...
Look how this dumb bitch, she keeps looking down. She's like, poor little old me. This is the embodiment of feminism, playing the victim and not taking responsibility for your actions.
Donald Trump said of a female reporter who had called him out on misogyny, quote, "She had blood coming out of her eyes. She had blood coming out of her wherever."
Oh, big deal! Donald Trump was just defending himself against Megyn Kelly, who was asking very pointed, very critical questions that, when you come in with that angle, you're basically trying to destroy a president. So he defended himself. I thought you women, you empowered feminists, could handle it, right? I thought you guys could handle it. Or men supposed to go easy on women? Is Donald Trump supposed to go easy on women?
Kathy Griffin will now make some comments. Kathy.
Thank you, Lisa. Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Griffin. I am really nervous right now. I've never done a press conference. I don't really know how they work. Feel free to jump in.
That's an actor playing a role. Oh, the president's so scary. Oh, he's a sexist misogynist. That's an act, you sick bitch.
And when I get nervous, I like make jokes, so I'm probably gonna like stumble and stuff.
She's gonna make some comments and then we'll do questions, okay?
I sort of had a speech prepared,
so
but
let her
like
talk.
my notes are by the wayside. It's all off the cuff. Look, I'm not afraid of Donald Trump.
This is a whole act. This is all an act. They staged this in advance. What you just saw there was, my friends, a fucking act. This fucking lady hosts New Year's Eve celebrations on mainstream media with tens of millions of people watching. And she doesn't know how to handle a press conference? This is bullshit. What better way to trigger this psychotic redheaded freak bitch than the prospect of 4 more years of Donald Trump, a full 8 years. Go ahead, promote and advocate for Donald Trump in 2020 and rub it in the face of these crazy fucking liberals that we're coming for another 4 years. We ain't stopping. Trump 2020, finally someone with balls, and you know those balls trigger this bitch. Get one of these shirts now, support the Trump movement, support my work, and help circumvent the adpocalypse, which is nothing more than a mainstream media elitist way, you know, buddies of this dumb bitch right here, to silence alternative media voices like myself and others on YouTube. Shirt purchases help fund my work in the face of the adpocalypse. Let's watch again.
I'm really nervous right now. I've never done a press conference.
This is fake shit. They told her to act like she's never been in front of a camera because it gives her sympathy points. Oh, the helpless, frail woman. Oh, trauma.
And when I get nervous, I like make jokes, so I'm probably gonna like stumble and stuff.
She's gonna make some comments and then we'll do questions, okay?
I sort of had a speech prepared,
So
but
let her
like
talk.
my notes are by the wayside. It's all off the cuff. Look.
So now she's like, oh, I had a speech prepared, but you fuck that. I'm gonna unleash it all right now. Let's go.
I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. He's a bully.
I don't need my notes. I'm gonna let it all go. Trump, you're a bully, and I'm an empowered woman fighting against this misogynist oppressor.
I've dealt with older white guys trying to keep me down my whole life, my whole career. I'm a woman in a very male-dominated field. I love what I do. I love making people laugh more than anything in the world. And I have learned, you know, I make mistakes. I'm an out-there comedian. I'm an in-your-face comedian. But I just wanted to...
You're a fucking retarded loser. You're not funny either. You look at that. My God, man, without the makeup, you have zero value on planet Earth. Gross.
Say, you know, if you don't stand up, you get run over. And what's happening to me has never happened ever in the history of this great country, which is that a sitting president of the United States and his grown children and the First Lady are personally, I feel.
And you know what else has never happened, or rarely happened for that matter? Celebrities beheading in gruesome high-definition detail the execution of the president. You fucking idiot.
Feel personally trying to ruin my life forever. Forever. You guys know him. He's never going to stop. I know him. Let me talk to like a camera like I'm talking to him. And I might make a couple jokes because I'm super nervous. Everyone's pointing to their camera. I'll just this one. All right. I'll sort of look in this direction. All right. So I know him. All right. So the Donald, it's me, the Kathy. And if you guys don't know this, if you meet him, he wants you to call him the Donald, which I've always thought was the weird. And I remember saying to him the first time, okay, I'm the Kathy, and that went right over his nest. Okay, that was a joke about his hair, but I have seen eggs in it. Like I think I've seen, allegedly, I am teasing the president because this is America.
I thought you were a terrified damsel in distress. I thought you were, oh no, I'm so nervous. Oh God, oh the president. Oh God, he's Adolf Hitler. Oh God. And now here you are confidently like, he's got an egg nest and fuck him and I make fun of him and I know all the insecurities about him. What are you? Are you a victim or a bully? But that's exactly every liberal ever. They're actually the most thuggish bullies on planet Earth. But they veil themselves in oh, I'm bleeding heart, no, liberal. They do that, and then when you're not looking, they go, whack, and they fucking stab you. That's like Black Lives Matter. At the Evergreen College protest, they're not Black Lives Matter, they're worse than that. The Evergreen College protest, the students claimed they're oppressed, and then when they got all the white faculty being held hostage in the freaking room, they're outside dancing and partying like it's all, like I thought you were oppressed by the white man. Yet you're like, oh yeah, dancing. It's like, what the fuck, bro? You ain't victims, you're thug bullies masquerading as victims.
Although I think you should know, my mother, who thinks Fox News is real, is not speaking to me because she's in love with Tucker Carlson. So I'm even in trouble with my mother. So don't worry, everyone hates me. I do, I need water. I'm probably shaking. And I'm afraid I'm gonna get that under boob sweat, which is really the bad one. That was not appropriate, right? That wasn't appropriate. Okay, so
God, you're so disgusting.
I'm not going to be appropriate. I only know how to do comedy one way. It's in-your-face comedy. I keep it real. I'm going to make fun of the president, and you know what? I'm going to make fun of him more now, more. So I'm not going to threaten him. I have no desire to harm him or anyone. I would never want to harm anybody, but. You know, I've made fun of W. I made fun of Clinton. Oh, God, remember the Monica dress days? Those were the days. You could make dress jokes all day long, and nobody tried to kill you. You shouldn't have to die for this. I'm a Secret Service investigation. And
because you beheaded the president of the United States, you freak. And we live in a fucking landscape, political landscape, where liberals are out trying to fucking kill people like crazy. Literally beating up fucking Trump supporters everywhere you go. I went out back in 2016. I went outside with one of my Trump Finally Someone with Balls t-shirts. And I was out at Miami Beach. And like after 5 minutes of walking around, some dude confronted me. He's like, what are you doing wearing that shirt? Are you crazy? Luckily, I know how to keep my composure and keep calm in situations like that. So he couldn't react off of my reaction, which is usually how fights escalate, reactivity. And he eventually neutralized himself, and he's like, all right, man, I'll see you later. Oh, you want to buy some weed? I'm like, no, man, it's all right. And we walked away. And of course, you can get these amazing Trump shirts, Finally Someone with Balls, in the description below and the card above. But this bitch wants to claim she's oppressed, and it's so hard to be a liberal. Liberalism is the establishment, you sick bitch. Liberalism is a politically correct thing to do. Liberalism is the safe thing to do. Going out with a Trump shirt, however, that's fucking dangerous.
First Family did not come after you with any of the other presidents. You know, it is so unpresidential for them to respond to a comment.
I get what I am. I'm the shiny object. I get it. We all know what's going on here. They're using me as the shiny object so that nobody's talking about his FBI investigation. All right, I get it. And I made a horrible, horrible mistake, and I made a horrible call. I understand. But everywhere I go, people actually come up to me. And like I said, I go everywhere. It's what I do. And they say, you know, oh, I'm a housewife and my kids have been driving me crazy, and oh, I just needed 2 hours to blow off some steam, and I'm glad you went there and you're saying the things I'm thinking. Those are my peeps. I'm not for everybody. I'm barely an acquired taste, frankly. On a good day, I'm an acquired taste. But honestly, my whole career, I'm 56 years old. I'm 110 pounds wet. I've had everybody turn on me, and I just want to make people laugh. That's all I want to do. So I screwed up. But I want the gay guy who came to see me in Lake Charles, Louisiana a few weeks ago, who said, I wanted to come here because I'm scared to come out, but I get to come here and laugh for 2 hours.
You're a fraud. Gross.
It's honestly, it's not for me. It's for them.
You get no pity from me, you
a
freak.
few people might actually be watching me, and I want them to see this old dame. I'm not laying down for this guy. I'm going to make fun of him. I'm going to make jokes about him and the housewives and Kardashians. But, you know, he does provide a lot of material. I mean, you got to be honest. It's a good time to be a comedian. It's scary to be a citizen, but it's a good time to be a comedian.
That's great. Should we take some questions?
Did I do everything wrong? I did everything wrong. I did everything wrong.
Okay.
I don't know how this part works.
Okay, let's start over here. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. In December 9th, reporter Shira Levine, quoted you as saying that you were happy to deliver a beat down to Donald Trump and also to Barron, and that you, quote, wanted to go down hard on Donald and go direct for Barron Trump.
When is this quote from?
This is a quote.
Yeah, I've said that in my act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She said that in her act. So she
Years ago.
So you admitted you're going after Barron Trump. Is that what this is all about?
How is she
To
going
piss
after
off
Barron
Barron
I
Trump?
think a comic should be able to make fun of everybody. Like
I apologize. My question was for Lisa.
Oh.
So are you aware that your client is trying to go after Barron Trump?
Okay, so that's a ridiculous, misleading question, and no, she hasn't said a single word here today about Barron. You're talking about something from a comedy act from years ago, I think. And let me talk about this issue of children. Okay. We can have edgy comics in America. Comics can say things that are not appropriate for children. Comics can create images that are not appropriate for children. Many things on the news are not appropriate for children. I'm a parent of 2 adult children and a teenage foster son. It is my job as a parent to filter out what is appropriate for my children.
How ironic. Liberals standing up for parental responsibility. Wow, shocking.
The job of a comic to filter everything down to the level of an 11-year-old. She gets to make the comedy and the art that she wants to make, and the parents decide what's appropriate for children.
You think every news organization can block out, Trump can block out every news organization tweeting out this photo?
You know what? There's a lot of disgusting stuff about Trump on the news every day, like the fact that he's making us the laughing stock of the world.
Why would she go after Barron
Okay,
Trump
you know what? There are other people here.
Shocking. You know what's going on right now? This bitch is, look at her face. She's like, well, the mainstream media reporters who are actually asking tough questions? Wait a minute. We liberals always had a monopoly over the fucking mainstream media. She's fucking shitting her fucking pants. You fucking sick, arrogant, elitist fucks cannot hide behind your controlled mainstream media anymore.
She did not, wait, hold on. She did not go after a 10-year, nothing in her piece had to do with Barron. So you're trying to make something that doesn't
What are your
exist.
thoughts on reports?
I make fun of everybody in my act. I make fun of I'm like one of those people that makes fun of everybody in my act, myself the most. But I'm super real, and I sort of have this gauge. If it's real or it's shocking, and sometimes I say shocking things to kind of wake people up. But yeah, I said that during a live show. I make fun of everybody in my act. You know.
How do you feel about the fact that he was traumatized?
Well, allegedly. We don't know that. You're assuming that everything the Trumps say is true. And in fact, we know that many of the things that the Trumps say are false. So again, comedians get to be edgy. Comedians get to use 4-letter words. Comedians get to make visual representations that are not appropriate for children. News organizations can decide what they're going to put on daytime TV, and parents can decide what's appropriate for their children to see. Next question.
Kathy,
I'm also not appropriate for children, I would say, across the board. Like, trust me, like when I used to do a joke in my act when I was doing clubs, when I would, sometimes someone would shout out, I've got a kid here. And I'd say, well, you're at the wrong effing place. Like, I am very open about that. Go off, and there's a spectrum. So I'm a big comedy fan, and I think it's important to have comics that do super clean comedy, comics that do political commentary, prop comics, all of it. So I'm, you know, this is the kind of comedy I do. So it's the style of comedy that I do.
Yeah, you said you've been bullied by the Trump family. Have they reached out to you outside of social media?
I don't think they have to. My impression is that they have mobilized their armies or their bots or whatever they do. Like I said, it's quite clear to me that they're trying to use me as a distraction, and I'm not going to be collateral damage for this fool.
Kathy,
I think he's a fool. So I'm going to say I think the president
we're
is a
sort of
fool.
going on this way. So.
You know, I can say that.
Do you have fear for your career after this storm dies down?
Absolutely. I don't think I will have a career after this. I'm going to be honest, he broke me. He broke me. Broke. And then I was like, no, this isn't right. This is not right. And I apologized because that was the right thing to do and I meant it. And then I saw the tide turning and I saw what they were doing and I went, oh, okay, they're trying to spin this and they're making it about Barron, and obviously that was never my intent. I would never want to hurt anyone, much less a child, but I started to see what was really happening, and then it was a mob mentality pile-on. And so many people have expressed to me personally across the country at my shows, they're scared. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get arrested today. I don't know.
You should get arrested. You look fucking mentally insane, you freak.
Coming directly from the President of the United States to a 56-year-old female comedian who has no studio backing her, no network backing her. I don't have a big franchise movie coming out. He picked me. Don't you get it? I'm the easiest target.
You picked yourself, you stupid bitch. You fucking held up a decapitated Trump head.
We used to say that with great power comes great responsibility. We used to hold our presidents to a standard that they don't criticize artists and comedians. I mean, that is the point here. He's not just Donald Trump, real estate developer, having a celebrity feud. He's using the power of the federal government against her. There's a Secret Service investigation of her, which is completely ridiculous.
He's not using the power of the federal government against her. She chose to hold up a decapitated President of the United States head in front of her millions of deranged, violent, liberal followers. And then the majority of people on the internet backlashed. They boycotted you, and the president put out a tweet. And yeah, the Secret Service decided to investigate it because the left, the liberals, are renowned. They're notorious for being violent.
And he and his family is calling on Twitter for her to be fired from her job. That's
all my jobs.
That's what this is about. Yeah,
Trump never called for her to be fired. You just said he and his family. No. Don't conflate. Trump said she should be ashamed of herself, and my 11-year-old son was disturbed by it. Trump's son, it's not illegal for a fucking president's son or daughter to have an opinion, by the way, you elitist liberal scumbags. Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., came out and he said a few more incendiary things. Anyways, guys, I can't watch any more of this shit. This is insanity. She's just gonna ramble on. She's gonna continue to play the fucking victim card, even though she's a triumphant woman with more, comedy specials than any man or woman alive or dead. Fucking loser-ass feminist bitch. This generation of feminists, it's generations come and go. And I can't wait for the older generations to go away and the newer ones to come. Because these old feminist deranged comedians are so mentally ill. They have such a bizarre inferiority complex when it comes to men. They want to be like men. They're so disgusting and freaky. Nothing else to say about this dumbass fucking bitch. You talk about, ooh, free speech, free speech. Okay, here's some free speech. You're a disgusting, nasty, fucking, redheaded, disgusting bitch. Your fucking video apology of you without makeup and your hair undone, you look like a fucking satanic witch pedophile. That's what you struck me as a fucking pedophile witch who eats babies' corpses. There's some comedy, there's some free speech for you. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, Trump 2020, finally someone with balls. What better way to trigger this psychotic redheaded freak bitch than the prospect of 4 more years of Donald Trump, a full 8 years. Go ahead, promote and advocate for Donald Trump in 2020 and rub it in the face of these crazy fucking liberals that we're coming for another 4 years. We ain't stopping. Trump 2020, finally someone with balls, and you know those balls trigger this bitch. Get one of these shirts now, support the Trump movement, support my work, and help circumvent the adpocalypse, which is nothing more than a mainstream media elitist way, you know, buddies of this dumb bitch right here, to silence alternative media voices like myself and others on YouTube. Shirt purchases help fund my work in the face of the adpocalypse. Thank you guys for watching.